everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming my September book haul. September was the month that I did go back to school, so I bought a lot of school books, but today I'm just going to be showing you the books that I bought for fun. The first book that I ended up picking up is The Last Namsara by Kristen Ciccarelli. The Last Namsara tells the story of Asha, a girl who's the daughter to the king of the land of Firgard, who has grown up hearing the stories of the Namsara and the Iskari. Two dueling and opposite figures, the Namsara being the child of light and laughter and always bringing a smile everywhere he goes, and Iskari, who's the child of blood and moonlight and is the death bringer and destroyer. To Asha, these are just legends, but then she grows up to become the most feared dragon slayer in all the land, and she takes on the role of the Iskari, and in it she is forced to stay in this role forever. She spends her days killing dragons and bringing the heads to her father, but nothing can save her from what she is forced to live at home, being betrothed to the most cruel commandant and the only man who knows the truth about her nature. One day she's offered her freedom in exchange for the most powerful dragon's head, and she learns that these stories that she's grown up with may be more truth than fable. I've heard of this story so many times, and I noticed on the Indigo website a few weeks ago that there was a massive sale going on. Like, all the YA stories were about like buy one get one free or buy one get one half off, and it was free shipping because it was still technically summer, and it was such a great deal, so I went kind of crazy. But I'm really excited to read this and I can't wait. The next book that I picked up in that crazy sale is Rule by Goodlett. I've seen this book around quite a few times. It seems to be a debut that just came out a little while ago, and it's the story of three girls from all different reaches of this one kingdom. The heir of the kingdom was just murdered, and there's rebellion brewing, and the world is kind of in shambles, but the king summons these three girls from all far reaches of the world, each with their own set of problems and their own lives, and reveals to them that they are all his illegitimate daughters, and one of them has to become the heir. In light of that crazy revelation, someone else in their kingdom of Colonia actually knows their secret and will stop at nothing to stop them from ruling. And this story just sounds like filled with everything that I love in a YA story. It's got political intrigue, it's got kingdoms, and it's got mystery, and I'm so excited to give it a read. The next book that I bought in the month of September, also in that crazy sale, was Grace and Fury by Tracey Banghart. Grace and Fury tells the story of Serena and Naomi, who are two sisters that live in a world where all women have absolutely zero rights whatsoever. In this world, Serena has been raised her entire life and groomed to become a Grace, who is the person that sits next to the heir of the kingdom as the image of the perfect subjugated woman. In a crazy turn of events, Naomi, Serena's little sister, is actually chosen to be the heir, and Serena ends up taking the fall for one of Naomi's secrets she's held her entire life. Serena is sent to Mount Ruin, where she is forced to fight to the death with many other women, all of which are stronger than her. And Naomi is forced to accept her role as a Grace in order to use that power to try and save her sister. It's a story of sisterhood, it's a story of keeping your head up when the world is trying to get you down, and a story of determination that I'm really excited to get into, hopefully this coming month. The next book that I picked up in the month of September is The Lantern's Ember by Colleen Houck. I've read one other book by Colleen Houck. It was the Tiger's Curse series that my cousin recommended to me, but I haven't continued on in it. I did enjoy it, but I just don't have the rest of them yet. But this story looked really intriguing. It's the story of Ember O'Dare, who has a huge secret that she's a natural-born witch, and she's been drawn to the one bridge in her town of Hallowell. The bridge is guarded by a man named Jack, who has only one rule, and that is to keep everybody away from that bridge and to keep people from crossing over, because it turns out it's a portal to a different world. The world is the other world, and it is crawling with fiendish beasts, and Jack has been failing miserably at his task because he keeps falling for every witch that he sees, including Ember. One day, Ember makes it across the bridge without heeding Jack's warnings, and Jack is forced to follow her into this world to try and save her from all the different beasts and to make sure that his true love doesn't go astray. If he doesn't manage to find her and they both don't return, both the earthly and unearthly worlds will fall into chaos. I love the excerpt on the back of the book. It looks really sweet. It says, he has kept the darkest monsters and demons at bay for centuries. She is a bold, brilliant witch dead set on slipping past him. The Crossroads Keeper may have finally met his match. This book sounds really fun. The cover is gorgeous. That's mainly why I bought it. I didn't even read the description before I saw the author and the cover, and I can't wait to get to reading this very soon. The next book that I picked up in the month of September is The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding by Alexandra Bracken. Prosper Redding seems to be the most uninteresting and unexceptional member of the Redding family until it is revealed that he actually has a demon named Alistair living inside of him. It turns out that one of his great-great-great-great-great-grandfathers made a deal with a malefactor, who is a demon that instills immense fortune for eternal servitude, and that same great-great-great-grandfather broke that deal. So Alistair is determined to bring down the Redding family and is deciding to do that through Prosper. Prosper has to team up with his long-lost uncle and his daughter Nell, who is a witch in training, to try and expel Alistair from him before he's able to ruin both this family and the entire world. This story is apparently super spooky and creepy, and I'm really excited to read it around Halloween. I can't absolutely wait. The next book that I picked up in the month of September was Uprooted by Naomi Novik. Uprooted tells the story of Agnieszka, I think that's how you say her name, who lives in a nice quiet village but has the ever-looming presence of their corrupt wood, which sits right on the border of the town. The people in this town rely on a wizard only known as the Dragon to keep the powers of the wood at bay and to keep the town safe, but his price is quite steep. Every 10 years, one young woman must be handed over to him without question in order to serve him. Agnieszka knows, and the entire town knows, as the next 10-year mark is coming up, that he's going to choose Kaisa, who is a young, beautiful, smart girl, and Agnieszka's best friend in the entire world, and they know that there's no way that they can save her. But it turns out, when the time comes, that the dragon doesn't choose Kaisa after all. That's all you get from the back of the book, and it was really intriguing. I've seen so many incredible reviews of this book. I've seen that people have been talking about how it's got the same air as like a Grimm's fairy tale, which is always intriguing for me, and I absolutely can't wait to read it. The next book that I picked up in the month of September was Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. Spinning Silver tells the story of Miriam, who is the daughter and granddaughter of a money-lending family. In order to save her family from poverty, Miriam learns the impossible skill of spinning silver into gold. The story is supposed to be a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, which makes me very excited. And in this world, there is a unfortunate boast about Miriam's power that draws the attention of the nameless king of the Sterek, who are a type of fey creatures that live in the kingdom nearby. Miriam is given an impossible task by this nameless king, and in doing so spins a crazy web of intrigue and mystery that draws many other characters in. In the meantime, the Tsar of her own kingdom has a deadly secret that threatens to tear apart both the human and fey worlds alike, and Miriam gets caught in an impossible decision that leads her on a crazy quest in order to save both of her kingdoms. I love me a good retelling, and I cannot wait to get a hold of this. Rumpelstiltskin was one of my favorite fairy tales that I've ever read. I had a children's lit class last year in which we read a bunch of Hans Christian Andersen and Grimm's fairy tales, and Rumpelstiltskin was definitely up there, that and Bluebeard. So if you know any other retellings of either of those stories, please let me know. Either way, I'm very excited to get a hold of this and to finally read it, and I'll let you guys know what I think. Finally, the last book that I picked up in the month of September was Mirage by Somaiya Daud. Mirage takes place in a world that has been taken over and ruled by the cruel Vathic Empire. And the story follows Amani, who is a dreamer and someone who wishes she could go back to the time before occupation, where writing poetry was allowed and that she could go on an incredible adventure. However, that dream has been cut short because one night she is kidnapped by the regime and taken to the palace, because it turns out she's got an uncanny resemblance to the cruel half-Vathic princess Maram. Maram is hated by her people, and the only way that she could go and keep herself protected is if she had a body double, who the Empire has chosen to be Amani. Amani is forced to go around and live the life of the princess, and she enjoys the princess's beauty and the power that it gives her. However, she is under the realization that any wrong move could lead to her death. She has to play the princess perfectly, despite how much she enjoys her time with the princess's fiance, Idris. she has to think of her family and to think of the only way to keep her safe is to play the role and to keep herself from being killed. The story sounds incredible. It sounds really suspenseful. It sounds very mysterious and in a very interesting world that I'm excited to dive into. I've heard this book is incredible. I've heard it's been getting great reviews, even though it's just came out a little while ago, and I can't wait to get a hold of it. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like this video and comment below with the book that you're most excited to read in the next few months, or letting me know your thoughts on any of the books that I bought. Please subscribe if you did enjoy. I put out new videos every Monday and Friday, and I hope you guys have a lovely day. Bye-bye.